So we're here today with Fernando Preciado, esports coordinator and also head coach of Call of Duty of Shenandoah University. Fernando, thank you so much for being here today with us and for adding value about student recruitment specifically.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, so just to start, can you explain before we jump in, like a bit about like your journey, how you got to be in Shenandoah and do what you do?
Yeah, yeah. So my journey actually started 20 2010, I think it was.
Mhm.
My initial when I first started competing was during Gears of War 2. So however long ago that was, I played on a team down in Texas. Um,
Mhm.
we got signed a couple contracts with the team that's now Epsilon. They rebranded to Epsilon, but we were with them before they were Epsilon. So we played in the gear circuit, and then after that, I transitioned into working in sales and marketing. I took a really big turn into that. Got away from esports for a while, but stayed in tech industries, and then I got a scholarship to go play at St. Ambrose University in Iowa.
Mhm.
Got brought in as the Apex Legends IGL for my first year, and then from there, just kind of started running events. Started, talking to different universities, and once I got closer to graduation, I actually took the job as sports director at Lincoln Christian University in Illinois. And unfortunately, the school shut down. There wasn't not a lot of students were interested in the religious studies that they were offering. And then, so once that happened, I started looking around, applied to Shenandoah, and I knew the old director here, Joey. He's now at Syracuse, but I knew him from working with him in the past, and we started talking, and he brought me over here, and that's how I ended up here.
That's great, Fernando. And the for the event organization part that you mentioned, like do you do one event per year, or how many events a year do you do for like high school students to go to Shenandoah and to see like everything and to go in the basically to see all what is there to offer.
Yeah. So last year we ran 8 events on campus. So for each semester, 2 of them were last semester. We had the first collegiate Modern Warfare 3 LAN. So we had a $2,000 prize pool, invited 8 universities to come and compete here when Call of Duty launched. For high schools, we do the Virginia High School League um, championship. So it's all of the high schools in Virginia. They play in a league, and then the champions of those leagues come here and play for the state championship. So we actually host a state championship every semester, and then
Mhm.
we have a bunch of stuff going on. Just there's a couple of high schools around us that like to come in and have their tournaments here. So we connect with those student leaders and kind of help them put together their plan and put together what they want to do, and we help them execute it. We have the space, we have the facility. It's for us, it's good recruiting. We're helping them. They know us, they know our faces, they're comfortable when they come here. And to them, they get to run the event they want to run. They get to see how the people who have been doing it for a long time, how we do it, and how the proper way of getting sponsors and setting up PCs, how brackets work, and all that. So yeah, we run about 4 to 5 events on campus per semester, so 8 to 10 per year.
That's great. Well, that's a lot.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great. That's great. That's great. And since you've been here, how like how do you like what adjustments have you done like in recruitment, especially like off campus with domestic students to make them be interested in applying and being part of the Esports program.
Yeah, so when I was recruited to St. Ambrose, it was a in the United States, it was very big to be recruited for competition. So you would get you join a team, you play, you compete, and that's the end of it. Yeah. Once you're done, you're done.
Mhm.
You move on. You do your regular major. Um, Now that we've gotten a little bit further in, it's more of students are starting to look at more of the other parts of the university. So academics, campus life, things like that. With my marketing background, when I came into Shenandoah, one of the first things we did was kind of transition Shenandoah at the time was the first university with an esports facility. So that was a very big selling point. Nobody else had an arena, nobody else had that. And now when we came in, everybody started having them. They started building them, more money went into things, more universities. So we were trying to see where the new focus should be. And one of our biggest things is academics. We offer the most academic programs out of anybody in the United States. And I think now that we've added a class or two, I think now we have the largest academic offerings in the world. So we were able to kind of navigate that path of you're not just coming here to compete, you're not just coming here to play video games. This is an academic degree either in communications or in business, and we have both of those paths. And you're coming here and you're learning the backside of gaming. Nobody nobody expects you to come here and become a pro player. If that's the journey you want to take, we're happy to do as much as we can, but it's very rare, and especially now that the professional scene is kind of wavering. We
Mhm.
like to focus a lot on the back end of stuff. Does the business run? How do we make money? How do we prevent this? COVID helped a lot of tier one organizations kind of kick off and get lifted and make a lot of money. So how do we prevent this crash that's happening now from happening again in the future? So we shifted our focus to academics and the business side of everything. We It's a business degree through the lens of esports. So you come here, you learn how to run a business.
That's great. Yeah, and also when you talk to students, like what internship opportunities with inside the program or with sponsors or with businesses that you're connected, do you offer the students as well?
Yeah.
Because that's very
So
important. Like,
yeah, yeah. So one of our biggest things in our academic program is experiential learning. We actually, for our degree plan, we're the only degree plan in the business school that is required to have 120 hours of experiential learning. I think it's every 2 years. So it's actually a class you take it's esports internships and esports experience. And esports internships is one that we focus on. We actually have professors that help you connect with other people. um, in the past we were partnered with the Washington Justice. They're pretty close to us here in DC. The VP Grant Paranjape, he's actually one of our professors. So he teaches some of the classes online, and he teaches some of the MBA courses as well. So we've been able to send students out to run the NBA 2K League. We had some referees there. We've worked the Halo Championship in Raleigh, Halo World Championship in Seattle, and Halo Championship in Orlando. We did that the past year. And then we actually focus a lot on international travel as well. We understand that in the United States, we have a very good foundation for esports, but other countries do it differently. So we've actually last semester traveled to Dublin to um, sit in on Riot Studios while they were doing Worlds. So we offer these classes, we offer these trips to kind of help bring everything that you're seeing in the classroom and everything that you're seeing online, kind of bring it together and say, yeah, it's awesome and it's so fun and everything, but it's a lot of hard work. Here are the people that are doing the work. They can kind of show you the path that they took, and also it's what preparation they do. And then the students usually come back and kind of implement that into their own projects or implement that into our broadcast. So it's something that we help out with. a lot, and it's one of our required classes. So we have somebody working on it. When that class, it's offered once per semester. So when that class is going on, we have somebody that's full time, dedicated to kind of finding those internships and helping put those together, making the connection and all that.
Yeah, let me tell you, not many universities or esports programs offer international
Yeah.
experience to the students, like you do. So that's amazing. That's amazing. And for in-campus like students, like um, how do you attract, like for example, in other areas like production or graphic design or marketing in general, social media, a part of marketing. Like, how do you make other students go to your esports program, or how do you make them, like an esports program a bit more holistic for the whole campus? Let's say.
Yeah. Yeah, so what we try to do a lot is, we've expanded our community outreach, specifically for on campus. Our arena is open to all students, so our arena is not exclusive to our competitive teams. It's open. I believe it's 10 hours a day, and any student on campus can come in, can sit at a PC, can play. Practices are going on around them.
Mhm.
Usually, what happens is there's a couple of students that are interested in esports, but they're at a different major. So they find a way to kind
Mhm.
of bridge that gap. So, like right now, there's a doctoral student who works in, physical therapy and injury prevention. And she actually went to Dublin to, she was a fan of esports. So she went to Dublin, came back and then started her thesis that she's writing now is on esports performance and how physical therapy and injury prevention translates into esports. So we kind of find those students that like esports and have their major that they're really dedicated to, and we try to figure out how to make that gap. For production, we have a film school on campus. So a lot of them, come over. It's good for them to see the other side of thing because they're used to a pre-recorded and then post-production process. But when they come in, it's we do everything live. So they get to see the other side and they get to see the prep that goes into a live production, a live, a live essentially studio audience and how they can prepare their studies for that. Um, but a lot of our production people come from our communication class, esports communication majors. They come in and one of the things that we focus on is we've spent the money to build out a production room. So we actually have a fully separate production room that has, five different stations. So director, two observers, casters, and a, replay technician. So we're one of the few people that run replays for collegiate esports. Period. I think it's us and one other school, but we're able to run replays because we've, built the infrastructure from the ground up to dedicate it to learning every single aspect of the production. So we have students who come in and they don't know anything. They just know I want to
Mhm.
be in the back room. I want to be a director. Where do I start? Say cool. The first thing you need to do is come in. We have shows 5 times a week. Every night we stream all of our games. Come in. We You'll shadow us for a little bit. We'll kind of walk you through everything. And cool. You think you got it? You know Call of Duty? Awesome. You will be our main observer for tonight. Once you get that down and figure it out, awesome. You move to replays. You got it there. Awesome. Let's start slotting you into a director role. So we have two students who've gone through the process in their 3 years here, and they've are now able to run a full show from start to finish by themselves, nobody in the room. So we kind of attract it with, we let you touch the cool equipment, and then people like to play with the equipment and they stay around.
That's amazing. And with all this infrastructure and skills that they develop, can you give like a few examples or one example of like where do students end up, after they graduate?
Yeah. So we have, one of our business management students, so esports management. He actually ended up going to a company in New York. It was a startup. So coming out of here, they wanted to open up an esports sector of their company. So he went there to head that. Now he did some time there, did some marketing there, and now he is a regional representative at Spectrum. Spectrum is they provide furniture for universities, high schools, and things like that. It's esports specific, I want to say. They build it out, they custom make it. They come, they come to the campus, they measure everything, and they say, "This is what it'll look like in your space. This is awesome. This is awesome." So he's a regional rep. Another one of our students, he works for a consulting company. Um, Esports, it's called Edge. It's based here out of Virginia, but he left here and now he's writing curriculum for universities and high schools on esports and running. I think right now he's in charge of South Carolina, North Carolina, and Maryland, all of their state esports leagues. So he went out and the stuff he learned here from tournament organizing and refereeing, he's putting to use every single day when he's running 3 state leagues. So we have a couple people like that, and then we have two people who graduated not too long ago, maybe two years ago. One of them is an esports director in South Carolina, and the other one is the new director at George Mason University, about an hour from us. So we try to connect people and do that networking, help with the networking while you're here, so that once you hit that fourth year, you're able to go out and do what you want to do.
That's amazing, Fernando. That's amazing. And just to wrap it up, like, can you tell us, like, one recruitment strategy that student recruitment strategy that the program did, but it failed or it wasn't as expected, and that you learned from it?
Yeah. So
That you can explain.
yeah. So one of the big things that everybody thinks when it comes to recruiting is, I'm gonna sign up for all these websites. I'm gonna pay $2,000 as a university to be on this website, and I'm gonna get 100 kids immediately. Like that. That's the dream, right? We pay the money and then we have a bunch of students come in. The reality is everybody's paying a bunch of money. Everybody's on these websites, and it's difficult. You know, there's a lot of factors that go into selecting a university for each student, whether it's price, location, academic offerings, competition, whatever it is. There's not one fit for everybody, so there's no way that you can just put a couple of pictures on a website and then people will be like, "Yeah, I want to come to your university." That's probably where we were 2 to 3 years ago, is sending out 100 messages a day and saying, "We want you to come to Shenandoah, and we want this is what we offer. Let us know if you want to come." And we saw that we're spending a lot of money and a lot of resources signing up for these services and signing up for these recruitment sites that as a university, they don't work for us. We have to find the students who are a good fit for our program. And we've had cases where the websites, they do provide a couple of students, but the students aren't academically eligible, or they're just not a good fit. We like to keep things moving. We like to be very involved here, and we have students that come in and don't really want to do anything. We can tell that they're not happy because they're around us every day. So we're like, "Hey, if you want to find something that's a better fit, we can help you. This might not be for you. Let's figure out what your right path is, and let's go that way." But yeah, the I think just sending out 1,000 messages a week is doesn't work. And you know it's a lot easier for us to send 10 good ones and get 9
Yeah.
good responses than send 1,000 mediocre and get like 3 responses.
Mhm. And what is your secret weapon in recruiting?
So my personal secret weapon, um, my first contact is always with the student. like, hey, we're looking at, I saw you on this recruitment site. What are you interested in? We're looking for, like, I see you play Call of Duty. Awesome. We have a really good Call of Duty team. We are currently in the top 12 of the country in all the major leagues. What Why do you think you're a good fit for us? They'll start talking. When you ask somebody to explain why they should be a part of your university, they're a little bit more involved. And that kind of separates the people from, if a student's really engaged and he's like, oh, I've seen you guys play, or I would love to play Call of Duty. I love to do this. I play this many hours a week. I do my homework. I have a 4.0 GPA. Then we see, okay, you're a good fit for our team. What are you looking for in a university? So kind of guiding the initial conversation to, what are you looking for and what are we looking for and where can we meet? And then the secret weapon is, the second conversation is always with the parents. Awesome. I love talking to you. I think you're great. I think you're a good fit. Let's schedule another call and let's get your parents in here. Well, they're the ones that are usually in charge of the financial side and in charge of, the tax documents and stuff. So let's get them in here. Let's show them that this is not, and when we come into that meeting, we show them that it's not a, come to Shenandoah and you'll play video games for 14 hours a day. It's, come to Shenandoah and you'll be running events, you'll be doing finances, you'll be learning how to run a business, and at the same time learning how to do esports professionally. And they're like, okay, once we get the parents in the room and once the parents see that, it's more academic focused, that's where we start picking up a lot of students, is, there. And some
Mhm.
students aren't motivated. They don't like to fill out the forms. It's a lot of forms to get into university. They don't like to fill them out. But when your mom is knocking on your door, 10 hours a day, and they're like, did you apply, did you apply, did you apply, they start applying, or they help them apply. And that's the secret weapon, is get them interested and then talk to their parents and get their parents interested.
That's amazing, Fernando. Yeah, it's very similar to what we do. Yeah, that's amazing. Hey, Fernando, thank you so much for your time and for adding this value. And yeah, we'll stay in touch. And yeah, I would deeply recommend our students. I mean, it's, as you said, you have like a profile student that you attract, and yeah, like I've been following your program for like lots of years. Like since we started, I had an interview with Joey when he was here. Now with you, and you're doing things great, Shenandoah, and,
Thank you.
and and it's a privilege to follow you guys on social media.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm happy we could give some insight on how we do things here. And we're happy to talk to anybody that just wants to reach out and chat. We're here because we love it. It's,
Yeah,
so anybody that wants to talk, we're a Discord message away.
yeah. Fernando, thank you for your time. I don't know if you want to add something else before we wrap up.
No, I think we've hit a lot of it. Um, yeah,